SnEaKy Nation, welcome to my 2016 channel update video. I like to do one of these at the beginning of every year, basically going over how the previous year went, and also my goals and aspirations are for the upcoming year, which is now technically the current year, but the point remains the same. So this is a really important video, and I would really appreciate if you could watch it all the way to the end, and also give me feedback on all the different topics I go over. Just let me know in the comments below. That would be absolutely amazing and help me out tremendously if you could do that. But anyways, every year since I started the channel, which was way back in 2012, September to be more specific, when I did a Walking Dead Season 1 playthrough. That means we've been going for roughly 3.5 years at this point. SnEaKy Nation's actually been growing more and more with each passing year, and 2015 was no exception. We grew over 7,400 subscribers, and 2016 is actually off to a really good start so far, so I'm hoping to set the bar even higher, really try to make this channel into something amazing this year. That's why we're going to have a lot of different things to talk about. Now, one of the ways I was hoping to set the bar higher this year was to get a complete channel redesign done, which is partially done, as some of you may have noticed. I do have a new logo and also a new banner on my page. You can go check that out on my main YouTube page. And I'd like to know what you think. Personally, I think it looks a lot better, a lot more professional than any of my previous iterations. And I was pretty happy with my current intro, but it's a little too long for my liking, and I know some people are actually complaining about the length of it because they like to watch a lot of videos in a row, you know, binge watching. And it's understandable. You don't really need a 14-second intro. I want to get something down to like 4 or 5 seconds max. And the person who actually did the logo and the banner is actually in the process of making me a new intro and also an outro, and completely set to redesign my Twitch channel as well. But that's actually why this video is delayed, by the way. I was hoping to have all that stuff done and included in this video. Unfortunately, it's taken longer than I was hoping, but it's coming regardless. But please let me know what you think of it in the comments below as one of the topics we go over. So my ultimate goal this year is to officially turn this into a full-time thing. We're not quite there yet, there's still a long way to go, and don't get me wrong, it's going to be very difficult and challenging getting there, but it's more than possible. It's not a question of if, it's simply a question of when. Now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to be a lot more consistent with both my YouTube and Twitch accounts at the same time. YouTube for videos, Twitch for live streams. In the past, the way it's typically worked out is I'll either focus strictly on making videos and completely neglect my Twitch account, which has really put that in a bad position over there. Or when I eventually feel like making streams, I'll focus completely on that and then videos won't go up for a while. So I'm going to try to find a better balance, and I really want to try to get a schedule going so that you know when you can expect either a video to go up or a live stream to happen. And I'm going to try to do that as soon as possible, so be on the lookout for that coming up soon. And as a matter of fact, I've actually been a lot more consistent on my Twitch channel lately. The last 6 days straight I've streamed for at least 3 hours, sometimes up to 7 hours, which is pretty crazy. Although it's still not the most I've ever streamed in a day, sadly. But I've actually been pretty happy to see a lot of you showing up consistently to those, either just to watch them or to actually even better interact with the chat and everything. But one thing I want to point out that happened the other day, somebody mentioned they wish they could donate to help support me. Now, if you're familiar with how streams often go, if you're sitting in a stream, you'll see people that are viewing actually donating to the streamer if they enjoy their content, and that'll typically either go to helping them buy better equipment, you know, like a better microphone so you have better audio quality on whatever you're watching, or a better computer for more technical stuff behind the scenes, or like better games so you have more variety to watch, or even something very simple that'll help them actually make it full-time, like being able to buy food and pay for their rent. You know, that stuff's kind of important. But I wanted to point that out because, don't get me wrong, it's definitely beneficial to do it, and you can always do it. There is a link on my Twitch actual page over there. But it's not the only way to help support me, and it's not necessary to donate. The free ways actually might go even further in the long run to helping me out. So these actually involve social media. Nowadays, social media presence is absolutely crucial to success, and my presence on all those platforms currently is pretty bad, let's just say that. So right now I have 117 followers on Twitter and 155 page likes on Facebook. It really does go a long way if you go and follow me on Twitter and also like my Facebook page. And even if you don't have accounts on those sites, go make them and then go follow me. And it really does help, especially if you're interacting with all the posts I make. It's really bad if I don't have any interactions going on. I know right now it's understandable because on Twitter, I'm primarily only posting when I upload videos and when I'm streaming. And then Facebook's a complete ghost town. I don't think I've updated that in like 2 years now, unfortunately. But this year I'm going to put a lot more effort into making more worthwhile posts aside from when I upload and whatnot. And hopefully it works out a lot better, but please, you can see on the screen right now my Twitter username and also my Facebook link. Go follow me on both of those and interact with the posts. It's really very simple and it's really important. Now, I didn't set any specific follower goals on either Twitter or Facebook, but I thought it'd be fun this year if we try to set some for YouTube subscribers and also Twitch followers. Now, these are going to be actually challenging. They're not going to be easy to achieve by any means, but I think everything combined, both the quality of my content going up with my more time to edit them, make them more interesting, and also the variety of games. I'm adding a lot more games to the channel, as I'm sure you've noticed recently. Both of those combined, I think it's more than possible to achieve these. It's going to be hard, but let's see if we can do it. So I'm going to break this section down into two different parts. First will be the YouTube section, and then the second will be the Twitch one. And then I'll also list individual ways that you can go about helping me achieve these goals. Now, first up, YouTube. I'd like to have 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Currently, we're approaching 15,000, so that means basically have to double the number of subscribers. Now, this has happened in previous years, but it's obviously a lot easier to double over 500. And actually, we hit 6,000 the next year, so it was way more than double. But it's a lot easier to do it back then than it is to do it now. So I want to take everything to the next level, and all you have to do to help support me is very simple. Like and favorite every video I post, not just this one. I think sometimes when I say this in some of my old update videos, some people think I mean, okay, click like on this video, that's going to help me out a lot. But all of the videos I post, keep up to date with them, not just the Warframe ones. Every game I upload a video for, please watch it and actually like it. And there are plenty of other ways. If you're on mobile, you can turn on notifications so that you get a notification when I upload something. That helps a lot. And also to share the videos on Twitter, Facebook, and even Google+. I don't really focus on Google+, but maybe if there's a lot of people that like using that instead, I could also keep that up to date with Twitter and Facebook. But it's just really important to watch them and also just make sure you like and favorite them. And that helps a lot because it helps me rank higher in the search results. That in turn brings in more subscribers, and it's going to make the content better for you in the long run. Okay, so now Twitch. I currently am approaching 1,000 followers on there, but I'd like to have 10,000 by the end of the year. This is probably a pretty crazy request, but I think we can also achieve it if I do it more consistently. I'd be a lot further along right now if I hadn't been very inactive on there. And some other goals I'd like to have on Twitch as well, get partnered. So if you don't know what that is, basically Twitch will actually take some of the channels that they consider of a higher standard, and they'll give them the ability to have what's called a sub button, which is something that all the viewers can actually click on. They pay $5 a month, and they get access to all kinds of different features. Like, typically you'll see channels offer like different emotes, because people like using those in Twitch specifically chats. But there can be all kinds of other benefits that could go in turn with that, and you can also suggest some to me too. I'm trying to figure those out. But I think it's more than possible to achieve that this year. I mean, I imagine we're pretty close. They also take into account the YouTube channel size, and I think that's going to go a long way to bumping me up above a lot of the other Twitch channels that are about my same size over there. But I also want to incorporate more games. If you've shown up for any of those, you know that I pretty much do Warframe 100% of the time. But there are a lot of other games I like to do, like Halo 5. Some people actually showed interest in seeing a Halo 5 stream. And also like Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, there's plenty of other games I can do. Some story-based games. Maybe some people don't like watching an entire playthrough on YouTube, because a lot of people like upload 15-minute videos and then it ultimately takes you like a whole month before you see the whole game. Whereas if you're doing it on Twitch, you can actually see it in probably a few days at most. The only thing I don't like about that is the fact that you have to be there the entire time or you miss parts of the game. But I mean, it's really kind of like a 50-50 type of thing. Some people don't mind, some people do, whatever. But I also want to do a 12-hour stream once I hit 1,000 followers. We're very close, very close. I think it's at currently 51 more to go. But like a 12-hour stream to celebrate that. Also when we hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, which that I can pretty much guarantee will happen no matter what at some point. Probably, if we keep this current growth going around the summertime sometime, I'll do another 12-hour stream for that as well. I want to do like big events to celebrate different milestones. And I'll even consider 24-hour ones if there's enough of interest in that and we see a lot of growth. I saw a lot of people that actually were suggesting they want to see a 24-hour stream instead of 12-hour. even though I know a lot of you wouldn't show up for a full 24-hour stream. But I mean, it's more than possible to do it. I could do it on like a Saturday. That's when I would be doing these 12-hour streams. But the ways you can actually help me achieve these Twitch goals, pretty simple too. Number one, show up to the streams and watch them. If you're sitting in there, the way that Twitch works, if you're not familiar, once you go on there, you can actually click on a game and see a list of channels that are currently streaming that game. And it's actually ordered by number of people currently watching it. So if somebody has 1,000 people watching them, they're probably going to be at the top. And then 500 would be below them, 200 below that, and 100, so on and so forth. Typically, in most of these streams, I'm only averaging like maybe 15. Sometimes we actually break 20. The highest I've ever achieved in one stream was 52, but that's when I did 24 hours total across 4 days straight, which is pretty crazy. Not 24 hours every day, but I did a total stream amount of time of 24 hours across those 4 days. Which I'm sure as configured, that's at least 6 hours a day. That's pretty crazy. But I mean, the more of you that show up and watch, the more it's going to help out, because if we rank higher, people are more likely to actually come in. If they're just a random Twitch viewer, they're looking for new streams to watch, we'll rank higher, and that helps out a lot. It helps get new followers, and that also, you know, will help bring people over to the other site. It kind of works both ways, because a lot of you have gone from YouTube over to Twitch that didn't even have Twitch accounts. Some people who are only Twitch came over and actually follow me on YouTube too, so it really helps out in both aspects to support both sites, not just one account over the other. I know some of you only prefer either watching videos or streams, but it's fine, but it helps a lot when you do both. And also, participate in the chat, that helps a lot. It makes people more interactive, more likely to stick around for the stream. And it just makes it more entertaining. It gives me more to talk about. A lot of times I'll have nothing to talk about and I'll just sit there with a blank stare on my face. But I mean, lurkers are great too if you just want to watch. But chatting just keeps it active. It just makes it more fun overall for everybody. And also, plenty of other ways. If you don't have an account already, go create one. And the way you actually follow channels on there, there's a heart icon. That means you're favoriting it. So you click that. And then after you do that, you can actually set up notifications if you have the mobile app for Twitch. You can have notifications sent to you anytime I go live in the future. And that helps a lot too, because a lot of you probably don't know when I'm streaming. And if you don't set those notifications up, or you don't see my YouTube video posts or my posts on Twitter or something, you might not know I'm streaming at all, and you might completely miss it. So that helps you out in turn if you actually enjoy my content. Now, something I typically do in a lot of these update videos is I'll mention specific games I plan on making content for in the future, and I don't want to do that again this time, because I'm sure anybody remembers the last update video I mentioned titles that never ended up being on my channels. And I mentioned like Black Ops 3 Zombies, Star Wars Battlefront, Halo 5, I was excited about all those, but never end up doing anything with them. Even though I did buy them, I just haven't done anything with them. So I would like to know what games you'd like to see for future content. This is both on YouTube and Twitch live streams. So I can make videos on different games, I can stream different games, whatever you want to see, let me know. This is your opportunity to finally let yourself be heard. But I'm going to take it with a grain of salt kind of, because I know a lot of people said they wanted to see Fallout 4 content on my channel, and then when I finally started doing it, nobody even watched it. So I will be taking it into consideration, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. One thing I can tell you that will happen is you will continue to see the indie games that I've been pouring into my channel lately. I'm sure you've noticed those. And I like doing the horror games with the face cam. Do you like face cam videos? That's another question I'd like to know. I enjoy making them. I only want to actually include them on videos that would make sense. Like, obviously it's a horror game, a lot of people like watching the actual reactions to all the jump scares and whatnot. And also like reactions to funny moments types of videos, like I know Happy Wheels is a good one, and other stuff like that, just random funny games. But let me know what you think on that. And the indie games are going to continue. I do really like indie games myself. I know some of you probably don't. One of the reasons why is because a lot of these indie games don't get very much exposure because of how small they are. They don't have the budget to actually advertise. So they actually focus on trying to get the content out to YouTubers and Twitch streamers. And they in turn basically offer free advertisement for them. And that's what I've been doing a lot lately. And a lot of the reasons for that is because with an indie game, you can actually be a lot more innovative in a lot of ways than you can with a AAA title. Don't get me wrong, I like AAA games, and I would really like to include them on the channel. It just seems like they don't do as well, not as many people care about them on my channel as they do with indie games. but I would love to incorporate all the different types of games in here. I don't want to just focus on one or the other. I want to do everything that I can, pretty much anything I enjoy playing. But the reason why you can't be as innovative with a AAA game is because they really focus hardcore on trying to get as much money as possible for each title, because they have large budgets. Like the Call of Duties often go up to like $500 million to make their games, so they can't necessarily be as innovative as they'd probably like to be. They do try to add some things in here and there, like the wall running and the futuristic type of weapons and stuff. But it's a lot riskier for them because they have a proven method of just putting the same game out basically every year. Like, even sports games do that. They don't really take many risks. Like Assassin's Creed, those are essentially the same game every year, even though they do change like the time frame and whatnot. But with an indie game, you can try a lot more different things. They kind of have to by nature, because if they don't, then why would anybody play an indie game? They would just play the AAA version if it's just a watered down type of experience in comparison. But I would like to know what you would like to see. Let me know what game titles. There are a lot of big ones coming up this year. Like, I would really like to do an Uncharted 4 playthrough, but you have to really show support for me to even consider that. And there's also that Horizon game coming out from the makers of the Killzone franchise. That game looks really awesome. Using a bow against these really crazy robots. Oh man, so many great games coming out this year. But let me know, and also let me know about the Facecam idea. I also feel like I have to mention this. I mention this in every update video, but I know most of you have come here because of Warframe. That's been the game that's helped me grow the most by far. But it's not the only game on the channel. We're not a Warframe channel here. This is a variety Let's Play channel, and I like playing different games. That's why I'm asking you for different suggestions. I appreciate that a lot of you enjoy that series, but it's definitely not the only one, so it really helps a lot if you watch all the other videos too. And that's why I want these suggestions. The Let's Play I did kind of put to rest for a little bit because I've been enjoying making Warframe content a lot more now that I started doing this Noob Time Challenge series. Some of you seem to really enjoy it, but I'd like to hear your thoughts, so please let me know that in the comments below as well, what you think of the Noob Time Challenge series. And I really want to know if any of you actually want to see the rest of the Let's Play. If you're not familiar, the main Warframe series on my channel started with the intention of making a video covering every single mission, every planet, all the void missions, the derelict missions, all that stuff. And of course doing all the quests as they came into the game. But we still have a lot of different planets to go. We still have to do Uranus, Ceres, Neptune, Pluto, and I think there are 5 total planets left. I have a lot of void missions I haven't covered in the series at all yet, and also all the derelict missions. But I'm not sure if I really should even bother doing it. I would like to know if you'd like to actually see the rest of that Let's Play, or if you just want me to focus on other content at this point. I kind of stretched that series out way too much. By 200 episodes, I really should have had all of that stuff completely incorporated in there. I just got distracted with a lot of different things, like doing the Warframe intros, the weapon intros as they started coming in, and then trying to cover the updates when I made my PC account. But I'd really like to know if you'd like to see the rest of that Warframe Let's Play, if you'd like to see me just focus on different types of Warframe videos. Also, you can suggest different Warframe video ideas that you like to see. I'm not looking just for only other games. I'll still cover Warframe to some extent, but keep in mind, it's not a Warframe only channel. That's why I want to play a lot of other games. If I only had a Warframe channel, then I wouldn't have any interest in continuing doing any of this stuff. So please let me know everything else you'd like to see too. And one final question I want to leave you on before we end the video. I just want to ask you, what improvements to the channel could I make that would make it a better experience for you? And I'm asking about both YouTube and Twitch. From now on, I'm referring to both of them because it's a 50-50 thing. They're both extremely important. I know some people prefer just watching videos, some people prefer streams, but it really helps a lot if you actually enjoy both types of content in the long run. And I really enjoy both the experiences myself making the content. Like with the video, I can make something more entertaining by editing in a specific way, whereas a stream, it's more interactive because people can talk to you while you're playing, and I don't know, it just makes it more fun in a sense. Pros and cons of both of them as far as I'm concerned. But I want to hear all of your constructive criticism. Don't get me wrong, the comments like, your channel's great the way it is, I like hearing those all the time, don't get me wrong. I like to be flattered like anybody, but I'm really looking specifically for constructive criticism that I can actually take and hopefully use to improve my content in some way. Anyway, SnEaKy Nation, all of this will go a long way in helping me and in turn helping you, because if you help me out, my content can greatly improve and you'll enjoy my content more if you already enjoy it right now. So please let me know your opinion on all these different aspects that I went over in this video. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and keep liking and favoriting all the videos. All this stuff helps out greatly. And thanks for being awesome, and I'll see you